Number 37. There's a lot going on in this question. There's a lot of reading to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through it first, find out what they actually want from us, and then I'm going to go back and highlight some key information to help us actually answer the question. So it says Central High School had 5 members on their swim team in 2010. Over the next several years, the team increased by an average of 10 members per year. The same school had 35 members in their chorus in 2010. The chorus saw an increase of 5 members per year. Write a system of equations to model this situation, where X represents the number of years since 2010. So what they want from me is to write a system of equations to model this situation. So a system of equations right there tells me that I'm going to have more than one equation. Okay, so there has to be more than one thing going on, more than one scenario happening up top. So the other thing down here that I want to point out is that X is going to represent the number of years. So whenever we're talking about years up there, we're going to refer to X. So let's go back and cube our questions. We're going to circle key numbers. We underlined the question already. We're going to box keywords, and then we're going to, figure out what they want. We're going to solve the problem. So it says Central High School had 5 members on their swim team. And we said before, a system of equations is more than one thing happening. So I know that there's 2 things happening here. I know that we're talking about a swim team and we're talking about a chorus. So I'm just going to write that down here. I have a swim team. And I have the chorus. And I'm going to be writing an equation for each of those. The only variable they told me was X. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set us up over here. We're going to put let S of X represent the swim team. And then we're going to let C of X represent the chorus, just so we can differentiate between the two. So looking at the top, the Central High School had 5 members on their swim team. Over the next several years, the team increased, so they went up, so we're adding, by an average of 10 members per year. We know that per means multiplication, so I'm just going to put a little parentheses here to represent multiplication. And then per year. Well, they told us down here that X represents the number of years. So this per year is really per X, or times X. Okay, so let's stop right there. Since that's all about the swim team, the next sentence is about the chorus. So swim team has 5 members. So I'm going to say S of X equals 5. Now increased, so I know I'm adding. So they started out with 5 members, and now they're adding 10 members per year. So each year they're gonna add 10 more members. So 5 is what I'm starting out with. I'm increasing, so I'm adding 10 members per year. So multiplying by the number of years. Well, the number of years is X, so I'm multiplying that 10 times X. And there I have my equation for the swim team. So now let's go back to the next part where it just talks about the chorus. The same school had 35 members in their chorus in 2010. The chorus saw an increase, so again, I know I'm going to be increasing, I'm going to be adding, of 5 members per year. Per means to multiply. Years I know is going to be represented by X in this case. So I know C of X, it's like saying Y equals, but we're using C of X for chorus, started out with 35 members, increasing, so I'm adding 5 members per year. So 5 per means multiply, multiply times year, or multiply times X, so 5 times X. So now we're just going to make sure we answered the question. It says write a system of equations, so I'm writing more than one equation. Well, I wrote 2 equations here, where X represents the number of years, and I represented X in both of them as the number of years. So this right here is what they're looking for this part of question number 37.
Graph the system of equations on the set of axes below. Great. So I'm going to make this smaller because that is way too big. Entire page. Let's see if that works. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, well, first of all, you need to label everything. Label the axis. So I'm going to say over here, this is the members. No. I'm going to say total members over here. And on the bottom, I'm going to say number of years. Oh, I knew I was going to do that. Number of years since 2010. Okay. So the numbers here, I'm actually going to skip by one. So one, actually, sorry, skip by two, I should say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And over here, I'm going to count by tens. So skip one, we get 10. Skip another one, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Okay, so those are our axes, okay? And all we're doing is we're taking this information and we're just graphing it. Newsflash, folks, both of these are lines. You know how to graph a line. This has a y-intercept of 5 and a slope of 10. This has a y-intercept of 35 with a slope of 5. Let's do it. Now, this can get a little complicated, so bear with me here. I'm going to graph the swim team function first. The swim team function had 5 members, and it is increasing by 10 per year. So we go up 10 members to the right one. So in the first year, they now have 15 members, okay? So I'm going to go up 10 to the right by 1. That's 15 members. Then again, go up 10, which this is 15, now it's 25, go to the right by 1. That's 25, now they're at 35. Oops, shouldn't put that. 35, 1. Now they're at 45, 1. 55, 1. 65, 1. 75, 1. Just keep on following that pattern until you reach all the way 85, 95 at the 9. Okay, so that is the swim team function. All right, so that is S of x is equal to 10x plus 5. I'm going to graph the chorus in a blue line. So the y-intercept is 35, and now you were going up by 5 members each year into the right one. So 35, 40, 45 in the second year, 50 in the third year, 55 in the fourth year, 60 in the fifth year, 65 in the sixth year, 70 in the seventh year, 75 in the eighth year, so on and so forth. Okay, so we have that line. Go ahead and get a blue line here. And this is the chorus. So that's C of x is equal to 35 plus 5x. Okay, great. So we just graphed it. That's it. That's what we need to do. Now let's solve for the other part. One last part and we're done. Explain in detail what each coordinate of the point of intersection of these equations means in the context of the problem. So the point of intersection is the point 6, 65. So 6, 65. So let's go ahead and explain what each point of intersection means in the context of the problem. So your answer is in the sixth year, after 2010, the swim team and chorus group will have a total of 65 members each. And you're done with that question.